This is the question. Question number 2B says, with reference to your program of study, if it's BBA, it's human resource or accounting, can you present a research topic? Need you to present a research topic, the aims of your research, and the 3 research objectives from your topic. So you do that. And then, yeah, just do that at your disposal time. Okay, just to test if you have really understood how to go about these things. Okay. The question we are answering is part number 8. It says, question 2A says, can you outline the 4 points that should be considered when drafting a problem statement? Now, let me start by addressing these issues. What do you understand by problem statements? This is, by the way, I'm very passionate about research. I think if you are able, you can hear the level of passion in what I am, in my presentation. The problem statement. This is our area of specialization. We do these things on a daily basis. Okay, the problem statement. What is it all about? A problem statement, listen carefully, it is there to give us the background of your research problem. Remember, we addressed it as a research problem, right? It's a problem. So it is giving us the context or the background of the problem. So you are providing resources and you cite, even proper citations, why that is a problem, like where that problem is originating from. I'll explain, I'll give you an example, right? So the 4 things that you have to consider. Number 1, to answer the question. Number 1, you have to consider the context or the background, if you want, you can call it the background statement. The background of the problem, where the problem is coming from. I'll show you what this means very soon. Then the second thing that you have to address is the issue. Okay, so what is the issue or the clear problem now? This is the second issue or the problem. What is the actual problem? This is the background where it is coming from. The actual problem is presented number 4, number 3, or number 2. Then number 3, the relevance of your research. Relevance of your research. This has to come out in your problem statement. How relevant is your research? And number 4, you look at the objectives, okay? The objectives of your research. What is your research going to do now that there is this problem? Let me give you a practical example so that you understand these 4 statements, these 4 elements to consider. Number 1, I give you a problem statement. This is a background. Listen carefully to the background. The University of Zambia, for example, the University of Zambia is one of the highly recognized university, I would say, let's say in the whole continent. I'm giving the problem statement. From that context, it has got so many different schools. Among the schools that it has got the School of Business, okay? Now, the School of Business has got a lot of highly qualified workforce, and among the workforce that they have, most of them are professors that are even very busy, and these professors are usually involved in dealing with other national issues. Others are senators and they are advisors to the president of the Republic of the country. You're listening to that problem? So this is the problem statement. I haven't yet outlined the problem. So because of the same, these researchers, these professors are always very busy. As a result of the same, the students are always complaining that the way how these professors are doing the work or handling the work is not really good. Right. I've laid the background. Now listen to the issue. Where is the problem? So the problem we can say here is that the problem is that the behavior of the professors in the School of Business at UNZA is unacceptable. That's a problem, right? You start like that. That's a problem. The behavior is not good. The behavior is unacceptable. But you have given the background. Listen to the need of the background. Why did you give the background? So that someone who is reading is knowing, how did you get to know that the behavior is unacceptable? You get? Because of the background, there is the background information. And this is what you write in the problem statement. Is the written, right? This is usually 1 or 2 pages of your research. So when you say this behavior of the professors is not acceptable, that's the problem. Now, what is the relevance of your research? Okay. Your relevance of your research, you say that, number 1, if this, follow this nicely, I'll give you the hypothetical example. If this problem is not addressed, the University of Zambia will lose most of the clients or the customers. Most of people will stop enrolling. People will start going to other private universities because of the way how these professors are doing things. Okay, you are trying to show that your research is very necessary now to the reader. And again, if this problem is not addressed, what is it that is going to happen? It will happen in such a way that the credibility of the university, even including those other people who want to partner with this university, it will really be negatively affected. So therefore, this problem, this behavior has to be looked into, right? So you show why that is a problem. That's relevance. Why is that a problem? After that, now there are objectives. At the end of complaining like that, then you show us this piece of study that I am conducting now. It will seek to do what? To find the means of addressing this what? This bad behavior. Right, or unacceptable behavior. So you have given us what your research is going to do about the problem. Number 1, you gave us where the background, where the problem is coming from. It is coming from the situation where we have these professors that are very busy. That's why they are not even marking the papers very well. They're not delivering very well. They are not there to attend to people because they're busy. Others are working in other private sectors, and you have laid that background. And again, where is the problem? The problem is that the issue is that their behavior is not acceptable because students are complaining whatsoever things. Then relevance, you give us the consequences that will occur both in the short run, medium term, and long run. What will be some of the consequences of not attending to that problem? Tell us what will happen to us if we don't attend to that. And then tell us how your research question is going to address that problem. So these are the 4 things that are there to answer the question. Now, now listen carefully. Once you are done presenting that was just for the sake of presenting to the answer, but for the sake of understanding, get this that I am going to say right now. When you are researching, when you are coming up with a problem statement, there you do some analysis. There is what you call situational analysis. And under situational analysis, there are the following things that you look at. Number 1, the problem identification. So you identify the actual problem. What is the problem? What is the issue? What's the problem? That's the first thing. Know the problem. And after you have identified the problem, then define the problem. Problem definition. Because there are some people, you have known that something is wrong, but you can't really define exactly what is wrong. Then you cannot manage to write a problem statement. Then the second step that you do is problem analysis. According to the context of that question we are already done answering it. This is just additional information that you need. Okay, don't start writing this when you are answering that. Just answer it the way I have presented like that, then get into details. I'm giving you more information so that you get it right. So under problem analysis, you look at the root causes or the risks of this problem. Like, what are the causes of this problem? You should tell us where this problem is coming from. Why is it there? Okay. By the way, if you really understand this part of research, you will not have problems in all your research. Even when you will be choosing your topics, that will not be a problem. Because if you understand the root cause of the problem, why is there this problem? Okay, and you know the consequences, then your research will always be published. Like the universities will even be rushing to go and publish your work. The consequences of not addressing that problem. What are some of the consequences of that problem? What has it done? Okay. Okay, what if it is not addressed? What will be the impact of it in the short run? What about in the long run? What of in the medium term? So that's what you do. Then the last part of the analysis that you do is gap analysis. Now, under gap analysis, what you do here, you look at the current situations or current solutions to the problem. Appreciate the efforts that have been done by other researchers, okay? Or like, what effort have they done, these other guys that have gone before you? What have they done concerning the research problem? This is very important. Okay, you should also address the extent to which, to which this problem has been solved. The problem has been solved. And these things are not coming from your head. You're going to be citing here, give citations. You will be using resources here. Like you are going to be citing. I mean, you can't just see who told you that it has been covered by the extent. You can't approximate in your head. So you have to go widely and research, then bring out your findings and tell us that this problem so far, it has just been solved like this and like this. So this problem has not been done. There has not been much that has been done. Then the question is that, why should we believe you that there is nothing much that has been done? You have to convince us by citing that according to there has not been much. Like, prove to us that there has not been much. Then lastly, end with how your research is going to do what? To clear this gap. Why? To fill in the gap. That is very important. As we draw closer to the conclusion of the conversation, we are ending very soon, don't worry. Let me just look at the 10 questions that you address. I'll run them through quickly. As you are writing the problem, these 10 questions, once you know them, they will help you to come up with a very good and better problem statement. Every problem statement you write will be the best if you follow this. Number one, question number one, what is the core problem? Like, what really is the exact problem? You should know what really is the exact problem. Okay. What is the size of the problem? Size of the problem. To what extent is it affecting people? You can give citations here. You have to cite size of the problem. Answer the question, who is affected? This is very important. Because if no one is affected by your problem, then why should we allow you to research it? Or why do you think it's important to us to read that publication? Tell us who is affected. So it should come out clear in your statement who is affected. Where? This is the location. Where is it affecting people? Is it in Zambia? Is it only in Lusaka? Where? Tell us exactly. And you should tell us when the problem occurs. You know, there are some problems that just occur only maybe during the season, the specific season, maybe during the rain season. After some season, those problems are not there. Tell us the frequency of occurrence, okay? The frequency of occurrence, when it occurs. You should tell us what increases the problem. Those are risk factors, okay? As long as, for example, you would say cholera cases increase when there is water, whatever, you know, those things. Right? Tell us what increases the problem. Number 7, you can tell us, the consequences of the problem. The consequences of the problem, both the short-term, medium-term, and long-term consequences. If the problem is not addressed, how is it going to affect us? Because if it's not going to affect us, no, we are not interested there. Show us how it will affect us. Number 8, give us the current solutions. What are some of the current solutions that have been done towards these problems? And then on number 9, you should explain to us why these problems are not working. Why these problems are not working. Why do you think these problems are not have to work? And you end with what do you intend to do? What you intend to do yourself now? What do you intend to do about the problem? How specifically your problem will handle your research question will handle the problem at hand. I run through the question one more time. What is the core problem? What really is wrong? Answer those questions as you are writing the problem statement. Very important. They should come out clearly. What is the size of the problem? Give citations. You should give resources for this. Who is affected? Where is it affecting people? When does the problem affect the people? What increases that problem? Number 7, what are some of the consequences of this problem if you're not attended to? Are there any current solutions that have been provided by other people? And why have these problems failed to work after they have failed? And what do you intend to do yourself as you address this problem? So now going back to the question, and as we conclude, let's get back to the question one more time. The question was, outline the 4 points that you should be considered when drafting a problem statement. I've told you that there was this, the points. Number 1 is the context or the background. Give the background. Number 2, the issue. Give us the issue, which is a clear problem. Number 3, give us the relevance. And number 4, objectives. Those are the 4 points that should be considered when drafting a problem statement. 4 of them. The context or the background, the issue, the relevance, and the objectives of the research problem.